What is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Off the Ball podcast with me, your host, Chris LeBron. And I got a bone to pick with a certain New York team, the New York Knicks. And I'm going in on them. I'm going to go in on the New York Knicks. And we're going to go straight to it. This team is absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. They put on another pathetic display last night. And I know people are going to hit me up and say, well, they've been in some close games, but we lost them. We've lost those games. I think we're 1-7. We lost to a Detroit Pistons team with no Blake Griffin and no Derrick Rose. And we got spanked by the Detroit Pistons. Absolutely pathetic. They put on a pathetic display against the Kings. They did it against Boston. And all the losses, can't finish the games out. The rotations are absolutely all over the place. I'm starting to think that Fizdale don't know what the hell he's doing. He don't know what he's doing. He's all over the place with these rotations. This team is poorly constructed, obviously. When plan A didn't work, we had to resort to plan Z. Because there was no plan B. We got 19 power forwards. We don't have a point guard. We're trying to force Ntilikina to be a point guard. He ain't a point guard. There's no point guard skills. He's a solid defender, and that's about it. We're trying to make him into a lead guard. He's not a lead guard. He's a guard come off the bench. Defend. That's about it with him. We don't have a point. Dennis Smith Jr. I feel awful for what happened for him, but he wasn't playing good before that, and I don't know if he's the future. If he's the future of this team. Alfred Payton's been out. We have just the point guards are lost. But we're forcing R.J. Barrett to play point guard, and that shouldn't be the case. He should not be playing point guard. And tomorrow is we play the Dallas Mavericks, and guess who's coming to town? Porzingis, he's coming to town. You don't think he's gonna have another a Garden moment like most people who come into the Garden do to us and put up 40? He's gonna be trying to go for our necks tomorrow night. Especially how the fans have treated him, especially after the trade and stuff. And the Knicks butchered the whole process. The Knicks. I was all with the trade for Porzingis, especially knowing that, okay, it gives us cap space to go get two free agents. But the fact that we didn't get no one, and we ended up with Julius Randle and a bunch of other power forwards, and Dennis Smith Jr. isn't Dennis Smith Jr. that we thought he was going to be. The trade looks worse and worse by the day. Those 2 first-round picks ain't going to be as high. Luka, damn near bowling, is going to lead this team to the playoffs. So those picks are going to be in the 20s. So those are not lottery picks. The trade looks worse and worse by the day. I don't know. The management, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's just frustrating. I expected this team to be more competitive. To be not 1-7. That's not competitive. I know they had some competitive games, close games, but at the end of the day, you are where your record is, and we are 1-7 basketball. We are the worst team in the league. Okay, and it's just that simple. This team is not good, and it's just going to get worse. The constant changes of the lineups, obviously. Now, Mitchell Robinson's out with a concussion. So that means Byport is going to get put into the starting lineup, and you saw how that worked last time. Didn't work. Byport is a bench player. He's going to be forced into the lineup. It's just a disaster. This team is a disaster. It's a dumpster fire. How this team is Forbes number one team, ahead of the Lakers and all these other great franchises and Golden State teams that have won championships. Uh, it's just crazy. And then you hear rumors. I'm literally just reading it now that KP on board, was fully on board to remain with the Knicks prior to the trade. So, this pisses me off even more. That's crazy. You know, this it's just insane. It's just insane. If we were a competent franchise, we wouldn't have to worry about Porzingis wanting to leave. Okay, we wouldn't have to even worry about Porzingis wanting to leave the Knicks. But guess what? We're an incompetent franchise. We don't even want to tank good enough. We wanted Zion. Guess what? We didn't get Zion. We wanted we struck out for agency major. Yet somehow this is the number one team, revenue team in all of basketball. It's pathetic. This team is just absolutely pathetic, and I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna have to tank again. You might as well tank again. You might as well just end the season and hope you get Cole Anthony or LaMelo Ball or Wiseman from Memphis, one of those Memphis kids. Because this team's bad, and I don't see it getting better. And that's the sad part. This team's not going to get better. This team is just it's bad. This is disastrous, and I don't know. I don't know if this is going to get better, and that's the crazy part. I don't know if this is going to get better. I don't know if this team is ever going to get better. This was the off season where we were going to right the ship, and we were going to get back on, and we're not. Our only win's against Chicago. We have one win. Like I said, did not have high expectations for this team. I expected them to win 30 to 34 games. Man, that's not even close. I mean, we're worse than the team that Golden State's putting out right now. They're currently constructing with the guys they have right now, minus Steph Curry and all them boys. This team's bad, and they can't score. I think we're one of the few. We're the second lowest scoring team behind Orlando, who we lost to, and we give up 110 points a game. So we got a minus 10 and a half differential. That's the worst in the league. Okay, 0-5 on the road. Okay, already 0-3 in the division already. Already 0-3 in the division. This team has no identity on offense. We have guys we have guys on the team that would be good, solid role players on any team in the NBA. Okay, that's one thing I think we could agree on. We have guys on our team that teams would want. Marcus Morris, Bobby Portis, Alpha Payton, Taj Gibson. Guys on the team that people would want on this team. But we got guys who think they're ones. I mean, we got Marcus Morris thinking he's Carmelo Anthony. Julius Randle thinking he's a playmaker. He's turning the ball over every second he gets a chance. You know? It's I just don't know. I do. RJ Barrett, I think, is going to be a good player. He's going to be a really good player. One thing we can all agree on: he's going to be a hooper. He needs to freaking work on his. I'm a dude Blue Devil fan too. He killed me with his free throws, and especially in the tournament. His free throw shooting has to get better. His form is beautiful. His form is absolutely beautiful. It just doesn't go in. and a guy of that talent and that form is beautiful. It's a beautiful form. It just he can't hit his free throws for nothing. It's cost us some games too. He hits his free throws in a couple of these games. We're talking we're 3-5, and we're not having this conversation. But guess what? We are, because we're not hitting. We're the worst I think we're the worst free throw shooting team in the league. You know, I think I'm pretty sure we're, if not the worst, the bottom 3 worst free throw shooting teams in this league. I don't know I don't know how this is gonna work. How this is gonna get fixed? Because I think Dallas is gonna smoke us. The Dallas Mavericks are coming into this building and they're gonna smoke us. Oh, my apologies. We're going to Dallas next week. Is come to the Garden. So next week they'll smoke us. So we'll go to Dallas, get our ass beat, and then we go play Cleveland. That should be a winnable game. You should beat Cleveland Cavaliers. So we'll see about that. And then you go to Chicago. Then, like I said, Dallas. This is a pretty a schedule where you pick up some wins. You should pick up some W's with this schedule, this upcoming schedule. Okay, you already played the Sacramento, who didn't even, I don't think they had a win when they played them. Then you played Detroit without all those guys, you lost. 2 winnable games. At Dallas, okay, Luka's probably going to put the brakes on us and Porzingis. Cleveland at the Garden, you should win that game. That's a winnable basketball game. At Chicago, you beat them at home. You should beat them. Dallas at the Garden, I don't expect much from that. Charlotte, and then Cleveland comes in. Then after that, it's rough. The schedule is gonna get the Knicks could literally lose after they play Cleveland. And they play Charlotte and Cleveland, 2 winnable games. They go to Philly, San Antonio. They play the Nets. They go to Toronto, Philadelphia again, Boston, Milwaukee, Denver, Indiana, Portland. They could lose 10 in a row. 10 in a row. Then they go to Golden State. Now I know they don't have none of their main guys, but they still got to go to the West Coast, and that's a West Coast trip. So they go to then Golden State, then they go to Sacramento, and they go to Denver. This team could easily lose 12, 13 games in a row. If that happens, I'm gonna say right here, if they go on a major losing streak and they lose 10 plus games in a row, this deal's not lasting. He's not lasting. Because after that road trip, they go back to Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make it to Atlanta for that Atlanta game. That's how bad it can get. That's how bad it can get. If they keep it up, it's gonna get bad. That's how bad this can get for the New York Knicks. This team is. I tried to believe. I tried to be positive. Okay, we didn't get KD. We didn't get Kyrie. We didn't get Zion. Okay. All right. Well, all right. We had to resort to another plan. I was like, okay, at least we'll be a better team. We got RJ Barrett. At least we got an elite prospect. Man, it's hard. It's hard to believe in this team anymore. And there's Knicks fans that are like, people, haters. They're calling people who are trash the Knicks haters. And I'm like, haters? What is that, they hate? I hate this team. There's no haters for the Knicks. Why would you be a hater for the New York Knicks out of all teams? The New York Knicks. I think they have the worst record since 2000. Worst losing percentage. Haters? Oh my god! Some Knicks fans make my head explode because they just like, oh, you know, they're so positive. What is there to be positive about this team? This team sucks. Even before the season, I'm like, this is a 30-win ball club. We're gonna lose 50 games, and that was gonna be a good season. Hell, we might lose 60 plus games again, and we're trying to win. That's how bad we are. We're trying to win games this year. That's the difference, and we suck. We're maybe worse. At least last year we were trying to lose. This year, this team. Sometimes you got to laugh at stuff like that because it's comical. This team's comical. It's a joke, and I don't know. That's my rant on them. Because if I talk anymore about how pathetic they are, it's just gonna frustrate me. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's next for this team. This could be a bad stretch in the next month or two, or the next month before Christmas. This team can could be really bad. And you know what? They might as well just go tank again and then start fresh next season and go get Cole Anthony. And hey, maybe us trying to win and us being really bad, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll actually win the lottery. We'll actually win the lottery instead of the NBA gods just being like, well, you're trying to lose that, we'll screw you. We'll screw you because you're trying to lose. You know? But, man. But, maybe we'll find our point guard of the future because it's currently not on this team. I thought Dennis Smith Jr. would be that guy. I don't know if he's that guy. Even before, he just didn't look right. He didn't look right. His game is not translating to being a lead point guard, to being the guy of the team, to being a franchise player. Maybe our point guard is playing in Australia right now, LaMelo Ball. Maybe that point guard's in that North Carolina balling out right now. You know, well, obviously the drafts are not till next year. We got a while for that. But it's easy to say this next season's it's already going down the tubes and it's over with. So we should be looking forward to because the free agency is there's one player, Anthony Davis. We ain't getting him, so there is no free agency. We have to build this damn thing through the draft. You got to get yourself a freaking point guard. We don't have a point guard of a future on this team. So, what do we do? Who even plays point guard for the rest of the season and you could trust? Can Dennis Jr. get back? Obviously he's going through a lot. When he's supposed to come back for the game against the Cavaliers. Is he? Can he? Is he focused? And is he ready to be mature enough to be that guy? I don't know. His shot selection's not good. He's not a good shooter. He's a super freak of an athlete but who cares? If you don't have your whole game around defensively, you're inept. It's basically your athleticism that keeps you on the floor. But that can only take you so much so far. This team who's going to take over offensively? Our best player is a 19-year-old rookie who's trying to figure out how to play. We're relying on a 19-year-old rookie to be our best player to try to figure this out. So we got to figure this thing out before it gets ugly, because it's gonna get ugly. And freaking Julius Randle, stop the turn. Man, it feels like every time I see Julius Randle get the ball, he turns the ball over. Man, the Julius, I feel like with Julius Randle, he's trying to be the guy. He's trying to be a one, trying to prove to everyone that he could be the guy. But when in reality, he's not a number one. He should be your third best player on your team. Julius Randle, not your number one. Okay, not your number one. Uh, the the offense for this team is going to get even worse. This team offensively is brutal. I don't know. I don't know. But some bad losses. Some bad losses. I don't mind the losing as much as the effort. The effort in Detroit was pathetic. The last 2 games effort was bad. Just bad effort. Sacramento at the Garden to get run shot like that's bad. That's pathetic. You got to be better than that. You let Andre Drummond drop 27 on you. Andre Drummond. Our best. Marcus Morris has led our team in scoring 3 games. That's not good. There's nothing on Marcus Morris. Solid player, role player. We got him out here thinking he's Carmelo Anthony in his prime. Man, funny. Someone on Twitter called Marcus Morris a Dollar Tree Carmelo Anthony, and I was dying laughing. I thought that was hysterical. But that was funny. But we got Marcus Morris out here acting like, he's a one. Randall acting like a one. Bobby Portis be doing that stuff too. Bobby Portis has one good game and we all flipped out. We got to play Lonzo Trier more. I don't know why Fizz don't like him. The Ntilikina, the whole situation. Ntilikina is what he is. He's not going to be any better than what he is. What he is. He's not aggressive offensive. He has no offensive game. He's just going to be a good, rotational defensive player, and that's what he is. That's what he is. I know people go, he's young and no, he is what he is. He's not suddenly going to come out and drop, give you 6, 10 plus points and 5 plus assists. He is what he is. He's a good defender that's gonna be able to guard ones and twos, and that's it. That's what he is. This team is what it is. This team's not going to be a competitive ball club. This team's not going to make a playoff. People like, play. No, just a nice pipe dream. Playoffs. No, this is a 50 loss. And at this point, this is a 60 loss team. I mean, right now projected to lose 60 plus games. So this team, like I said, I don't know. I was high on Fizdale. I wanted Mark Jackson. That was my number one option. And I think Mark Jackson should be this coach of the New York Knicks next year. But who knows what the Knicks are going to do. But I was on board with the Fizdale hire because I felt like he got a raw deal in Memphis, I believed. But, and I felt like he was a good player development. And he was loved by, guys when he was in Miami. Assistant coach in Miami when he won 2 championships down there. But his schemes and his X's and O's. I don't know if he's a really good coach. I don't know if he's an X's and O's guy. I don't see the X's and O's with him. I don't see, obviously the rotate, and I understand this isn't your ideal, but you got to try to make it work. What you got, we're trying to win now. Now last year, you had everyone was on board. Like, oh, this is a tank season, so he's got nothing to work with. We were playing with some scrubs. This year's different. This team's trying to win. Then not trying to win, but they're trying to be competitive, trying to put a respectable team. The way the team was constructed, I didn't understand a lot of the moves they made, but when Plan A fails, when you go all in, put your chips all in on Kyrie and KD, and you fail, you gotta get whatever pieces, whatever scraps are are left. So I'm done talking about this team. This is gonna make my heart hurt. That's that's uh, that's all I'm gonna talk about this team. We'll see what they do tomorrow at Dallas and Porzingis. Porzingis is gonna, Porzingis is waiting. I don't even know if it is there anyone on the team that is there anyone even on the team anymore that was on the team when he was, and he was just on the team last year, even though he was hurt. I mean, Alonzo Trier, um, Kevin Knox, being just a couple guys, but he wants to shove it up there. So he tomorrow they're gonna try to make sure he drops 30. I know he's off to a so start so far, but I won't be shocked tomorrow if they just let him loose and he goes off for 30 plus points, and then wait till he gets to the Garden the week after and he goes in. Wouldn't be shocked. But you know what? That's all I'm gonna talk about. That's my rant. I've been thinking about it all day. Thinking about it at work. Talked to a lot of coworkers about this team. I still wear the rock to have. Still Knicks to I still bleed blue and orange. But damn, this team's frustrating as hell. But that's all I'm going to talk about right now with the Knicks. Go follow me on IG off the ball pod. Go follow me on Twitter off the ball pod. Go follow me on the social media platforms. Go on Anchor where I'm at, and all the links to all the major platforms: Spotify, iTunes. I mean Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. All your podcast platforms the show is available on, and hopefully I'll get on in the weekend, end of the weekend, maybe Sunday, and talk about the rest of the association because I don't want to talk about this team no more. This could be agita. But thank you, and like I said, go follow me on everything, and have a good one. Have a good night, guys. Peace.